Hi friends, I've got some juicy nuggets of wisdom about the cross for you. I thought I'd share them. The Lord revealed this the other day to me, and it's really edifying. So you've got the cross, okay? Now, the cross is a tree. The cross of Jesus Christ, it's wood. It's written, "Cursed is everyone that hangs on a tree," and even though it's a tree, it's a dead one, right? But in the Garden of Eden, way back with Adam and Eve, there was an alive tree, but that tree harboured death. So both trees, in a mystical way, were the knowledge of good and evil. The incarnation of God is on one, speaking to the world, and on the other one was the snake. The snake was speaking to the world at the time, which was only two people. While the cross is dead wood, it kind of speaks of life. Well, it definitely speaks of life. You know, that this is the way that mankind has found redemption, is through this execution apparatus, this dead tree that the incarnation of God hung on. But the tree in the garden, the alive tree, whilst it was alive, it spoke of death, you know. It's important to emphasize, I think, that both the trees are the knowledge of good and evil. The tree in the garden revealed to humanity evil, because before they only knew good. So the knowledge of good and evil is basically the knowledge of evil when they ate that fruit from that tree in the garden. But the cross reveals true goodness. But it was through the greatest of evils, the death of God, you know, which is just an amazing thing to contemplate, you know. It's really strange that the cross, which is, you know, dead wood and speaks of death in kind of a physical representation, like the fruit of the cross is rotten and full of pain in the physical, you know, and ends in death. Yet the cross is the antidote to evil. Whereas the tree in the garden, with, you know, Satan's tree, which was full of sumptuous, healthy-looking fruit, that tree, whilst it looked alive and good to eat and whatever, that was poison, and it killed everybody, including the Son of God, in a sense, you know, because, I mean, he's alive now forevermore, but it's just ironic and a paradox that they're the opposite of each other, you know. The tree in the garden, whilst it was alive, brought forth death, but the dead tree that the Son of God hung on, whilst it was all about execution, suffering and death in the physical, actually brought everybody life. It's an amazing paradox. So I just wanted to share that with you, because it's really cool to think about. There was another cool thing. I was talking to my best mate yesterday. He's a Christian as well, and we've been friends since like 10 years old. And he was saying how he had this revelation about when Jesus was anointed for burial by the I think she must have been a prostitute or something, wiping his feet with her hair, and she broke the bottle of very strong perfume over his head, you know, and his hair was soaked in lovely smelling oil, and you know, the fragrance went through the whole house. It was an amazing thing for him to realize that going right into, because this was 2 days before he got crucified, he would have still absolutely reeked of that perfume the whole way through, you know. And so as he was being beaten and tortured even before the cross by the Pharisees and on trial and stuff, everybody would have very strongly smelt this perfume. So he would have radiated in the physical this wonderful smell, and he would have carried that right into the suffering that he went through, and you know, it would have been strong in his nostrils as the whip was lashing on his back. And we like to speculate that he was thinking of her a lot during that, you know, that whole episode of, you know, this flagrant sinner who was so repentant, who had given her best, given, you know, a year's worth of her wages to buy this perfume just to anoint him with. What a special thing, and what an amazing honour for her that the Son of the living God was thinking of her the whole way through it, you know, about how she anointed him for burial. Amazing. And you know, just as Jesus said, you know, that act that she did will be talked about all the way through the ages, and I'm doing it now, you know. Amazing. So I hope that edified you, and have a lovely day. Got a baptism coming up in a couple of hours, so I'll be posting that video. Very excited for that, so God bless you.